this first online English-speaking social selling forum, especially for Schweizerdeutsch and et les Suisses qui parlent français and Italiano and so on, but also for other people coming from Africa, or from Canada, or from wherever. We don't care. Oh yes, we care that you are here, or from Philippines, like one of my friends here. So thank you for being here, and we continue this session, which started at 7:15 a.m. this morning. We had already some sessions that you will find back in the replay in the YouTube channel, the Social Selling Forum YouTube channel. There will be a Swiss playlist where you will find all the things. Don't forget, this afternoon the workshops are not streamed because we have 4 parallel workshops, so I only stream one of them. So now we are about to start Hire or Get Hired by Leveraging LinkedIn. And our friend David Talerman will start this session with a short keynote about how to get hired by leveraging LinkedIn, which is fine. It is the title of the... And then after we have the debate. Go on, David, it's your turn.
Okay, hi, I will share my screen right now.
Yeah, do it.
That's it. We can start, I would say, in a few seconds.
Yeah, you just... Okay, good. Yeah.
Okay, I won't cover, just for the beginning, I won't cover all the aspects of the LinkedIn features because it will be too long, but I would just focus on what I have noticed on all the candidates I help since 2008. For LinkedIn, and I just focused on the main problems they have on LinkedIn and how to improve that. So first of all, it's not necessary just to mention because I did it already, but yes, I'm not a book author for employment in Switzerland and mainly for expats and also for residents, of course. And I'm sorry, I am also the founder of a website in the French part of Switzerland, which is called travaillerensuisse.ch. And as an introduction, it's a problem for I would say for months now, but we have noticed that there are fewer jobs offered and more applicants. And also the health crisis is changing companies' habits. It's very, very interesting and very strange how the companies moved and how they changed their habits. They change lots of things. They change the way they behave with their clients, the way they behave with their furniture, and also the way they behave with the person they want to hire. And you must have this in mind because they also change that. They change the way they hire. So you really need to, as a candidate, you really need to have that in mind. And finally, you also need to know that recruiters are not taking risks anymore. It means that they also recruiters have I would say the risk to be fired. So they want to take the fewer risks they can. So they will go to I would say the most evident candidates. And that's why you need to change everything and change a lot of things when you find a job. And I would say that right now, lots of candidates are stuck. They are stuck because lots of them are behaving like, I would say, before the health crisis. It means that they use the old ways, the old means to find a job, and they are already stuck. That's why, yes, if you don't change anything, you will stay, you will miss the train, and you will have to change. So. I would say that LinkedIn is part of the solution. It's not the whole solution, but LinkedIn is part of the solution. And to me, it's a tool. It's also a channel, and it could be also a cockpit because to me, it's very, very powerful if you want if you search a job. So when I talk about LinkedIn, I'm talking about the communication and mainly the way you control your communication. Okay, it's logic, but also. I'm talking about visibility. I call that personal SEO within LinkedIn, and it's related to what I call the passive job search. It means that if a recruiter is looking for a candidate, how can you be more visible? And like Instagram, like lots of social media channel, there is a real battle for attention, a real struggle for attention, how to retain attention for keywords, and also in your feed. I think it's Bashi that mentioned that at the first meeting, and he said, "Well, how can I be visible on the feed? How can I do that?" It's the battle of attention. So let's start about keywords. I would say it's a match. Why? Because LinkedIn is about keywords. It's all about keywords, and recruiters, they use keywords to find candidates, and mainly hard skill. I think Stéphane, who hire technical candidates, will give some hints about that, but they mainly find candidates with hard skills keywords. And that's why you need, as a candidate, you need to build up a comprehensive list of keywords. And it's maybe one of the main shifts that people have to do. You don't have to think only with your resume or with words. You must think about keywords. And these keywords, of course, must be in your LinkedIn profile. But the question is that, okay, what's about if you have the right and the perfect profile, if you don't have the good keywords in your profile, you're ghost. Nobody will see you, so it's a real problem. So how to find the right keywords? Some hints for the candidates. You have lots of solutions to find the right keywords, but one is identify the job offers in the job boards corresponding to your target job. Okay, ideally you will find 5 to 10. If it's more, it's more, but the more you have, the better. And just copy the descriptions and required skills, and just in a Word file, for instance, and then paste them into a word cloud service, just like, for instance, Word it out. And then you will have a big picture of all the keywords that are used by the recruiters. And it's these keywords that you need to use when you write your profile, and you write all the stuff in your LinkedIn profile. You need to have these keywords on your profile for sure, because the recruiter use these keywords. So you can also use a service. You have to pay, but it's called jobscan.co. It matches your profile with, I would say, for instance, a job offer that you find on LinkedIn or on a job board. So it's also could be very interesting to have this kind of information. Sorry. How to write a perfect profile? You just have to. And it was one of the main problems that I have with the candidates. So when I ask them, why do you want to make or to write to have a LinkedIn profile, they say because I need one. For sure, they need one, but they need one for being contracted by a recruiter. It's one of the goals that you can set to your LinkedIn profile. Of course, you can have lots of other goals, for instance, communicate, of course. But if you want to be efficient, just try to, okay, I would like to know if all that I've written on my LinkedIn profile is aimed to this goal to be contacted by a recruiter. Just to audit your LinkedIn profile like that. Of course, your profile must be complete, and you must include as many keywords as possible. And I will explain you why. And also, do not forget to create several attached language profiles. It means that if you speak English, if you speak German, or if you speak, I don't know, French, you must have at least 3 languages, profile languages attached to your LinkedIn profile. So I just mentioned that your profile must be complete. Why? Because LinkedIn, I always say that the LinkedIn algorithm is dumb. It's dumb. Why? Because it's like it behaves like Lycos. I don't know. Some of them can remember Lycos. It's one of the old, just before Google. And with Lycos, it was very interesting because when you stuff all your web page with lots of keywords, you had the chance to be on the top of Lycos. So the game was to stuff your pages with keywords. And more or less today, LinkedIn is like that. it means that the more keywords you have on your profile, the more you have the chance to be on top of a selection of a recruiter. So, of course, it changes, and sometimes yes, you have some difference, but more or less it's like this. So it's a game, and you have to to be very aware of that. Now, another advice: clean up your LinkedIn URL. Is very simple. You have this in general when you create your LinkedIn profile, and then you must have that, or for instance, the first name and last name just with the same word, for instance, and pay attention to that. Some are special characters, like here André, and André in lots of browser you have a problem and it's not that good, so just change that. It's very easy, it's quick, it's 5 seconds to do that. So pay attention also to your title. We noticed that the title is very important in the in the search of the recruiter. It means that the more information you have on your title, the more chance you have to be selected or to appear in the recruiter selection. So you must at least include 5 keywords on your title, and I would say keywords related to skills. Also use all the characters available. You can have 3 lines in the title of profile LinkedIn. It depends on the countries and so on, but in general, you have 2 or 3 lines on the desktop version of LinkedIn. If you have only 2 lines, you can have 3 if you go to the mobile app of LinkedIn. So do not mention you're present on last company. You're wasting the space, and it's absolutely useless. And yes, and that's all for the title. The about section, it's something like about section. I would like to just grab attention. To me, it's the #1 priority of this part of the LinkedIn profile. Just grab attention. I will show you something and my profile in a few slides. It must contains your main keywords, and also you have I would say it's the equivalent 20,000 characters. It's the equivalent of 2/3 of a page, a word page, and it's the ideal place to give hints about the why. All the recruiters are very interested in to know why, how they want to know what drives you. And I think that the about section is the only way and the only place where you can write this kind of information. And I think it's interesting to mention that it's humanize your profile LinkedIn. Yes, so just have a look at what I've done for me. I'm not looking for a job, but I'm looking for, like lots of you, customers. And yes, the first thing you can see in my about section is for your job search in Switzerland, we'd like more results, and would like to know more techniques, work on the Swiss markets. So if you are my I would say my persona, if you are my one of my potential customer, it's likely that if you see it, you will want to click on more or not. But I have done something, and my objective is here that they click on more, and that you can they get in touch with me. So it's my goal. And when you are a candidate, you can do the same thing for your job search. The about section, space out your paragraphs, use bullet points rather than paragraphs whenever possible. Start each paragraph with a subheading in capitals. Keep your paragraphs short. No fluff. It's horrible. Lots of words that you can see sometimes. Use special characters to emphasize important points. Emoji, but it must not be a Christmas tree. But sometimes it could be interesting to have an emoji. For instance, the first in this about section, the black triangle are emojis. The featured section, focus on your most popular post, LinkedIn post, LinkedIn articles, blog post, news, etc. It could be also a way to show the people who are on your page that you belong to their sector, you belong to their world. So they need to know, they need to see what you can do, what you have said, what you what interested, why you are interesting, and why they want to know. So you have to feature your main and your most interesting posts and articles. So if you did a good job, you will have this all-star. It means that you are not a star, but you have complete your LinkedIn page. And a few words about personal branding, if you're okay. So it's one of the main problem I have with my candidates. They absolutely underestimate the weight and the importance of the photography of the photos. I think Bashi mentioned that. Bashi mentioned that a few minutes ago. So invest in professional quality, good image quality, a good pose. You avoid personal photo, personal pictures. Avoid that. Just invest in professional quality. Professional clothing, of course, and please neutral or professional background. There's a very interesting things to know about background. It means that if you have a dark background, your mind and your brain would say to you, oh, you are probably in front of you a senior. And if the background is white, it's the contrary. It would say your brain would say, oh, you're probably he is probably or she is probably a junior. So do avoid, for instance, if you are a senior, to have a white background. It could be something that very strange for the inconscience. So test your personal branding. I don't know if you know this website, but I love it. It's photofiller.com. Photofiller, it's very interesting. Why? Because you will post your one or several photos, and then the community will vote. They will vote about some criteria, such as do you think that you are competent? Do you think that you are likable, or do you think that you are influential? And they vote, and finally, what's happening? You have a score. And I personally tried, and people saw that I'm competent. 8.4 on 10. It's not that bad. Likable, influential. So you can try different photo, different pose, different background, and then you can choose the one that fits best or matches best with who you are. So it's a very, very interesting service. And then how to get in touch? Sorry, just a few information. Lots of us are sometimes disturbed by people who are breaking the door or pushing I don't know how you say it in English, but you put your foot on the door. But yes, visit the person's LinkedIn profile before connecting. Okay, so you want to connect with someone, don't do anything but visiting his LinkedIn profile. Just wait a day or two to check if they visit your profile. Okay, and if they do, you can send a connection request. It means that they are at least interested, and then you can try to do that. It's the first level of connection. You have lots of other strategies, but it's the first level of connection, and I think it's a minimum. You really need to follow this rule at least. And for the key people you want to get in touch with, you can also follow them. This is an indication that they will receive a notification. So it's sometimes when I see that people want to follow me, I just follow them back, or I just have a look at their profile. And yes, why this picture? Because sometimes when you get in touch with someone on LinkedIn, it looks like you are asking the person to marry her with the first date. It's the same thing. So nobody does that, and it's just avoid this kind of I would say. When you force, or when you are very, very insistent, please avoid. Your LinkedIn checklist, identify your core competencies and skills, optimize your profile, shoot a nice picture, and then see your progress with this LinkedIn social selling index. And which is interesting here is to see your progress, how this evolve during weeks. How to find the right keywords, identify your 5. Sorry, it's a problem. It's great, but what else? What can you do else? But I won't mention this here or go in details here, but I think it's important to mention that. First, find a group related to your business and position. It's very, very, very important. LinkedIn seems to promote the feed, but the groups are much more interested. Engage, comment, share, discuss, post, give. Do not forget that LinkedIn is a social channel. Social, it means that you have to exchange, you have to discuss. Do not ask for a job, sure. And also use the right hashtags and see how many people follow them. And it could be a way to find people who have the same kind of topics and relation with you. Thanks.
Thank you. We see. Thank you. I do it this way. Thank you. You gave some tips and tricks. And by the way, we discussed in the last section that personal branding is not just about photos and images and so on. It's much more than that in the reality. But sure, it's still okay to have some tips and tricks on photos and way to present this. Okay, thank you very much, David. Now we have Martin with us. We have Stéphane, we have Weiji, we have Petra, and we have also Anne. So you are the panelists here. And as we don't have many people who showed their face, I will leave it like that in the stream. So what is your take on this question, Martin? I will start with Martin. What are best practices on LinkedIn, let's say, to get hired? Because we are talking getting hired. If there are some other recruiters here, we can also talk a little bit after on how to hire. But is there any recruiter who would, other recruiters in the room here who wants to talk about how to hire? If not, we will most focus on getting. Oh yeah, Weiji, okay, but you, yeah. But anyway, we talk also about how to get hired first. So Martin, your take on this subject.
Okay, thank you. From my experience searching for people on LinkedIn, I have a lot of insight, and I can confirm what we just heard. For me, the keywords is the key. Keywords, as discussed before. Because how do we work as headhunters? We have a profile, we have a job, we have a project, and we are looking for the right person. And we really search for job descriptions, we really search for company names, we search for education, for diplomas, exams you have passed, but also for specific knowledge, maybe, like you have knowledge in SAP or anything else. Or you are a specialist, maybe even we search with brand names, and then we contact people. And the most important thing is to have these keywords. But if we start to contact people on the next step, it's really important that you have a complete profile and the profile matches what we want to see. And if I see a picture of a person smiling on a beach, probably I wouldn't contact this person. I would think about whether this person is on holiday and still wants to be on holiday. And don't forget, we also have sometimes databases where you can import all what you have in your profile. And if you have in your profile bad and incorrect information and you send us later on a CV and it doesn't match, you lost. Yeah, well, that are some starting insights from my side.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Stéphane, what is your take on this?
I agree with both David and Martin. The first thing we are looking for are keywords, of course, especially if we use logical operators to search. It's the first thing. And the second thing is a description of success in previous experiences, because especially for technical profiles, all, for example, all mechanical engineers use 2 or 3 day tools, but it doesn't mean that they have a good profile. So keywords first and success second.
What do you mean by success second?
What they did. Concretely what they did, because as I said, every mechanical engineer has the same tools, but the choice will depend on the realization.
Okay. Oh, we already have question in the room. Okay. So David, you have a question, David, or what?
Yes, yeah, Olivier was first, so was first to raise hand. So I think Olivier.
Oh, okay, so don't raise your hand if you don't have yourself a question. So Olivier, go on. Put your mic on, please. Go on.
Sorry, here it is. On a pure technical way, keywords, I was told that keywords, the same keywords should be placed in different sections of your profile. Is it true that they have to be, some of them in the title, a reduced number because there's not a huge amount of text available in that section, but then in the about section, and then in the experience, in each of the experience, is this true that those keywords, the main keywords should be positioned in the same way with the same wording in those different sections?
I answer yes, of course, and for main reasons. The first is that you imagine that the recruiter will read all your profile, which is absolutely false. In general, they will read first some parts, and if they are really interested in, of course, they will read all the profile. But in general, they only read some parts. So it's the first reason. The second is that, as I mentioned, the LinkedIn algorithm is not that smart, and the more keywords you have, the better. And one of the technique I give to my candidates is, especially in the info part, is that if you have still empty spaces, you can stuff with keywords, and just keywords, but in the end, of course, not at the beginning, but in the end. And some recruiters told some of my candidates that, hey, it's very strange what you did, and the candidates say, yes, but we are talking, we are discussing. It means that it helps recruiter to find the candidates, of course. But the more you have, it's a kind of semantic, like SEO. It's kind of semantic. The more semantic you have on your page, and the better you can be on the top selection of the recruiter.
Okay. Anne, you wanted to react or to ask a question?
I would like to give my experience as a candidate, and it's absolutely working well if you use the keywords of a job offer and use the vocabulary not that you had in your previous company or that you are used to use, but use the vocabulary of the job that you want to get, and especially the job, the vocabulary of the job offer. So use the keywords that matches the job offer in your LinkedIn profile and in your CV. So that's the only thing that is working.
For you, for example, what are you looking for as a job, and what are the keywords that you used?
So in the beginning, I was using business intelligence.
What are you looking for as a job?
Because this is what was my previous title. However, this is an old concept, and nowadays it is called market research and competitive intelligence. So I had to learn that in the industry now, it's specifically named in this way: market research, market intelligence, competitive intelligence. And since I changed that in my LinkedIn profile, I got some recruiters contacting me, and it matches also with the job offers. So it's true that it works.
Thank you.
Sorry, maybe a word.
Quickly.
The job, if you want to make a good job, it's long. It means that if you have to find all the job offers on the job boards, and it's long, it's boring, but it pays.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Petra, I want to have your take on how to get hired by leveraging LinkedIn. You don't need to go into tips and tricks, but you can put more height on this vision or not. Whatever you want to say. Go.
Thank you. So as I'm a career coach, I work with a lot of executives. Basically what I've mentioned earlier is that particularly a few of my candidates have now started to do videos in terms of like their digital themselves, digital business card if you want so. And the SSI, so the social selling index, went up and above. I mean, I think in the first week, the video was watched of this one person that I work with more than 1,500 times. I think he at the end had, I don't know how many people really contact him in terms of job offers. He has definitely had a lot of really promising, good networking contacts to take forward. So that's one thing I want to say. So think about that. But the second thing I want to say is not so much about the profile, but how to use LinkedIn, how to connect on LinkedIn. So the first thing I want to say, I almost thought about having a line on my profile saying, please do not contact me without a personal note. I can't emphasize on that enough and say, God, why are still so many? I don't know how many people contact me weekly, but I'm like, really, I have to say it, I'm fed up. And I'm ignoring those people. So for all of you who are listening, I'm not connecting without a personal message. And sometimes people, when they're not so, I want to say, good or familiar with LinkedIn in particular, they don't know that when you're on your mobile device, actually, you can't do that. So when you're on LinkedIn, make sure that you are using your desktop, because there
you can do it on your mobile, by the way. You click on plus, you click on the 3 dots.
And most people overlook that. And that's why I'm like, oh, okay, so that's one thing. And the other is, people ask me, so, in career coaching, there's a very dedicated way of, okay, first of all, you identify your target companies, then you see if you have a contact there. Then you want to get your way up to the right person that you should contact. So not HR, but like in business, the hiring manager. And then people say, okay, but how do I then connect? What do I say? One thing I want to say is, for one, and maybe people are going to hate what I'm about to say, is the, someone is showing.
Who was it? Can you find, Anne, can you find the person here? I will have to stop the sharing for everybody.
Not good.
No, it's okay. Just find it. Find the person, Anne, who's called, what's her name?
Céline Bourdin.
Céline Bourdin. So get her out.
Probably she does not realize she's sharing.
No, she does not realize. Yes, she does, but it's okay. She does realize. She does it on purpose. Let's say, where do I put this again? It's the first time we have this one. It's fine. Option, only me. I can share right now. So it's okay. Well, okay, let's continue. And put her away. Go on, continue.
All right. So,
she wants to be hired. In porn, that's okay. You can be hired in porn too. Huh?
So 2 things I want to say about this open to network badge. This is my personal view. I would not recommend anybody who's looking for a job just to let the entire world know. For me, I think it looks really desperate. I think what works much better is to be really precisely going after what it is that you're really looking for. The other thing is, when you connect with someone on LinkedIn, it's not about, okay, here I am, do you have a job for me? But please, when you connect with your why.
Petra, I love you.
Okay, that's another one. Which one is it? Did you see which one it was?
You have big success, Petra.
Yeah, Petra.
So really, it is, start a conversation on eye level. That's ultimately what you want to do. And let somebody know, hey, why should I even connect with you in the first place? What is your value add?
Petra, will you marry me?
Something that, you really are passionate about. And so what can I bring to the company? And that is what I see a lot of people are doing wrong in terms of they're connecting with someone and the first question is, hey, do you have a job for me? You know, so that's my take on how to connect with someone.
I found it.
It's okay, continue. They are now. I have put again for this is for Anne. I have put again the waiting room. So just Google if the people in the waiting room are legit or not. Huh? I do it too. We do it together. Okay, let's continue. Thank you very much, Petra. You see, you are loved by some people coming from I don't know where, but honestly, I know where it comes from. Typically here, and so, sometimes I will perhaps switch the Twitch off, because most of the time it comes from people saying crazy things on Twitch. I'm sorry to say this because Twitch is very interactive, but sometimes it brings this kind of people. Yeah, but it's nice. It makes a little bit of emotion. Okay, David, you wanted to say something before we continue with Weiji?
Yeah, Petra, what you said is very interesting. Sorry, and I have a question about the example you gave for the CEO with the video. To me, if you decide to use video, you must follow a certain number of not rules, but it must be qualitative. You must have lots of things. It's a marketing message that you send to the world. Mm-hmm. And how do you help people making a great video? Because it's the main problem they have, how to make a great video and a selling video of themselves.
All right. So I'm not a video producer myself, obviously. But I think the first step in order to create the video is what's your story, what's your message? And I think that's by far the most difficult. The video itself is not the problem, I want to say, but what is your message and coming up with that message to begin with, Mm-hmm. And then of course you have to have a professional photographer. That person actually, when he went back home to his home country, he knew somebody and the video was really highly professionally done. So I really recommend that. But I have to say, I've seen videos shooted with iPhone and the quality was amazing.
Yes, sure.
But of course, the background, anything that matters, anything that will help emphasize, again, your message, right? Whether it is the background, whether it is the logo, it's something that you have in your hands, and so on and so forth. So, but the first thing and the thing that I do is I help people find their unique, your unique selling points. So their USP, their value add, and their storyline. That's how I help people.
Okay. Would you mind sending me this video just to have a look? Or I don't know if it's private or not, but if it's public, I would be very happy to see for inspiration. In fact,
it's public, but I will ask him first. But I'm very certain that he will, has.
Okay. So thank you, all of you. Now I want to have a Weiji's take on how to get hired or how to hire, if you prefer. Weiji, go on.
Hi everyone, my name is Wei. I used to work.
Why? Okay, sorry. Why? Okay.
I used to work as a recruiter in an international company before, but now I'm also supporting candidates to get hired, even through LinkedIn or throughout other channels. So basically, from a recruiter's point of view, as Martin and also David said, you're searching for keywords apparently. But what I also find it was very difficult as a recruiter was if I was looking for candidates with keywords or with a Boolean search like and or searches, it's really difficult because sometimes you get really a long list of candidates and you need to get through all the candidates. But also when you get through all these candidates, sometimes you don't really find the information that you're looking for, even if you have keywords in it. So my recommendation is really also to not only get keywords, but also have a description on it, whether it is in the about section or in the job description itself, like for the job itself. So that's also why it's really important. And what Anne also was saying is, if you're searching for keywords, try to find the keywords that are up to date at the moment. So a lot of candidates, they are also reluctant to put job titles in there, which is not the same that they have in their certifications, like the job certificates. So they're really reluctant to do that. And that's also why a lot of people get stuck, because they don't want to show what they haven't done, or the job they haven't done, what is written actually in the certificate. So I always say also to candidates, you actually have to show yourself. So really to present yourself the way that you think you would like to do. But also if you want to get a job, for example, as a marketing manager, don't write everywhere you were a coordinator or a support, for example, in the past. So strive for the job that you want, and also write that in your LinkedIn profile. So not only LinkedIn profile, but also on your CV, for example. So also...
Continue, sorry.
What Petra, for example, said, find your USP. Really showcase and highlight what you can and what you stand for, because you want to stand out from other people, you want to stand out from your competitors, and you want to be found for the job that you're looking for. So if everyone was, or all the recruiters are searching for marketing manager, and you're only writing marketing coordinator, you will never be found, right? So this is really something that I recommend to candidates. But also what I see is, from a recruiter's point of view, not every company has a recruiter, and not everyone is able to search on LinkedIn from a company's perspective. I mean, Martin is on headhunting level. Yes, of course, that he knows how to do that. But for all the others who don't have actually the experience to search on LinkedIn, it's very difficult. But then also the candidates are not found if the recruiters are not capable to do so.
Thank you. We have a question from somebody who does not show herself on the webcam. You should, Iris Chan. Please show yourself on the webcam if you have a question. It's better.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to show my webcam today.
Okay, so ask your question.
Yes.
Ask your question.
Okay, no worries. I wanted to ask a question for Petra. I'm located in Australia. My question was around the video card that Petra had mentioned. I believe, some candidates have been able to put that on the profile, and it has really attracted some attention in a good way. I'm just wondering if, for example, you're already currently in a particular job, you're still working, but you're on the lookout for the next career challenge or the next role. How can you put up the video card in such a way that you're not telling the whole world you're hunting for a job, but at the same time you can still get the message heard by the recruiters or the headhunters? Do you have any advice on that, Petra?
Thanks, Iris, for the question. Good one. What I would say there is, so if you're sending out a CV, you can add the link to the video where the video is hosted, instead of having it really present or predominantly on your LinkedIn profile. That's what I would probably do. Does that answer your question?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Petra. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. I would like to have the take of a salesperson, like Bashi, if you have heard, I saw that you have heard sometime. Did you have something to add to what David and the others have shared about LinkedIn? Either you are okay or not okay with what they said?
Of course I'm okay. They're right with keywords, with everything what is necessary today. And I still know I also train recruiters to use LinkedIn, so that's why I know how important it is. If the recruiter can't use it right, so why told the same story, then there is no solution to find the right person. The people need to know how it works, and not only the recruiters, mostly the line managers or people who needs the employee on their side. So this goes much further than just recruiting can be the solution. It needs to be company-wise explained how it works.
Thank you. Let's just we still have 15 minutes, so let's go back to what are the best practices to get hired? Yeah, let's come back to this. Any other advice that you would give apart from stuffing keywords or from having your profile completely searchable? Because yesterday we had a discussion in France on this same subject, and we saw that there are additional things to be done on LinkedIn than just having a profile. What is your take on this? So first, Martin first, and then after Stéphane. Sorry, Stéphane, I did not see you. Okay, Martin.
Well, I think the biggest mistake is if you just focus on your LinkedIn profile, as we have discussed just the last couple of minutes. If you are contacted by a headhunter, the key is that you really react quick, which means within 24 hours latest. And what is also very important, if you react, really study the profile of the headhunter, study the company's profile, Google it, search for information about what it could be, collect information, and then come back to the headhunter. It's really, it goes on.
Oh, another one came here. That's fine. Yeah, okay. Continue.
Okay, it's really important that then you answer with a professional answer and with some content and some information with relevance for the headhunter. I think that's the key. I once had a person who reacted after 1 year. Obviously the job was gone. And if I get a reaction with a weak CV, even if the content would be right, but badly presented, the chance of this person is not the best. Take care of quality of your reaction. I think that's the key. And study other sources about the same job.
Thank you. Stéphane, you wanted to add something on this?
Yes, we talked about the profile. Of course, the profile in LinkedIn is very important, but be careful also of your history on LinkedIn, what you do on LinkedIn, because as David said, on the profile you have the post, the reply, your history you have on LinkedIn, and sometimes some posts are disgusting for recruiters. So piece of advice for LinkedIn is also to be careful of what you did, what you do, what you say, what you write on LinkedIn.
Thank you. And you, David?
Yeah, maybe three more extra information. The first is you need to have a strategy when you are on LinkedIn. It's often the main problem that I have with the candidates. They are here because they have to be here, but they already need a strategy. A strategy, for instance, is very simple, such as having identified 10 companies, and these companies they are in your hit list, and you need to find the people who work on these companies and with whom you can be connected. It's very important to have this kind of strategy. You have lots more, but it's one. And also, I think that one of the interesting things is to when you have identified a person, then you can see and find and track what she or he says on LinkedIn, what the kind of post article he likes and things like that. And then you can have more information about this person, and it's more easier to get connected with. It's very, very important to find and to track this kind of information. And finally, I would say the more you have information about the pain points of the company, the more you can make a proposal and a commercial proposal as a candidate. So it also will be very interesting for a recruiter to see that a candidate knows what's going on for the company, the problem the company has, and all the things like that. It's very, very important to have this kind of information. And I will find, no, it's okay. 3 points, that's fine.
Okay, another take from somebody in the panel right now, because before I ask the room to ask a question? No? Okay, so questions in the room now. Who has a question for our panelist? We have still 7 minutes, so it's time to raise your hand if you have a pressing question. Oh, okay, Anne, that's good.
We were talking about solution just now, and how can you propose a solution on your LinkedIn profile? Because the solutions you want to propose are different from companies to companies. So there might not be a general solution that that fits for all. What is your recommendation there?
It's for me, Anne? Or the
Yes,
question is for me?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, you're right. If you chase different companies in different sectors, it's difficult, you're right. And then you better make a proposal which is centered on yourself, for sure, rather than a question or something that is for the company. You're right. But if you are for instance, if you are very active, or if you want to work on a specific area or specific sector of activity, then in general you can find the main problem this sector has, and do not focus on the company, or sometimes all the companies have the same problem, but you can at least focus on the sector, maybe pain points, and you in every sector you have lots of information shared between all the companies. I don't know if you maybe you know that, but it's a word that you must know if you are looking for a job in Switzerland. It's fêtière. I don't know the name in English or even in German, but fêtière, it's I would say a kind of syndicate or association of all the companies for a given sector of activity. It means that in general the fêtière gives a lots of information about the sector, about all the figures of the sector, and all this kind of information. And when you find the right fêtière of your sector of activity, you find the Graal. You have made a great part of the job for finding information about the sector and the companies. I don't know if you mean if you see what I mean.
Yes, I see what you mean, but in my role it's a bit more complicated, because I could work in any industry with my background, so I'm not looking at a specific industry.
Thank you. Weiji. I cannot. How do you say it again?
It's just why. I always say, think of a question mark. Why?
Why? Okay. Why? Sorry. Why? So, go on.
Okay. So maybe getting back to Anne's question. I would actually focus on your top competencies. So really focus on your USP, what you can do and what you can provide, because as you said, every company is looking for something else. So you can't really say, okay, in one job I'll do that, in the other job I'll do this, because it doesn't really match, right? So you want to present yourself with your competencies to the companies that you can help. So I would rather focus on
But no one is asking you why ugly bitch ass.
Okay, Sylvia, that's fine. Sylvia, you are really good. Go on, continue.
Okay. Yeah, so as I said, just really focus on your competencies and on your USP, rather than just really rewrite your LinkedIn every time when you search for another job.
Thank you. I'm sorry, sometimes I'm also a little bit everywhere right now, especially for Anne's session, so I don't want her to look at these Zoom bombers more. So, David, you want to add something? By the way, it's your last words are now, okay? So, think about what you want to say. David, your last words.
I make it short. It's about what Wai just said. In fact, you have to know as a candidate why the recruiter are interested. They want to hire you because
Gangster
you
and gang. I come alone, monster hacker.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, sorry, just I repeat. They want to. A recruiter is interested mainly by what you know what to do. It's called skills, competences, and also some results, some achievements, because they want to also to know what you did and what you achieved. And if you can focus this on the resume and also on the LinkedIn profile, if you can focus on those two kinds of information, you have made 50% of the job, because the recruiter knows what you know, what you can do, and what you did. So it's 50% of the job.
Okay, I want to know who is Sofia Concati. I want you to show yourself. Jari Koivisto, I think I saw you, but I want you to show. And also, who else I want to see? Sofia, Marjan Pazuki, please show yourself. Clara Boeni, show yourself.
I know Yari and
okay,
Sofia.
just that I verify. And look at who I did not mention. Who is supposed to be this damn hacker? We don't care about you, by the way. You are just a crazy. Yeah, okay. But continue if you want. But now, when I asked
Fucking
you to
you
show... Okay, who is it?
I know.
Cara Bueni.
No,
Which
it's
one?
not me.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, but
has found-
Clara, you're showing twice, and so is
Yes.
Betty Flores. There's one
Clara
Betty Flores
Flores
and
then,
one
huh?
Betty Flores.
I am Clara.
Yes, but
Flores?
they are duplicating. He's taking the name of whoever he wants. He's changing. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any
that's all.
duplicate-
Okay.
Any duplicate without, you should kick him out, because otherwise, Petra and Dorian and everybody will start having the same comments as the.
Yeah, anyway, we are finished this session, so please give your last call, your last answer. I said, who was it? Martin, your last...
Well, don't forget to make you relevant for a headhunter. What is relevant for a headhunter, not what is relevant for you, but think about what is relevant for the headhunter and focus on giving information which is relevant for potential job, for your future. Relevance is the key to think about, and SEO. To have the right profile, then you have a chance that a headhunter will find you. And don't forget, on professional tools, we are not looking at the full profile of you in LinkedIn. We are just looking at your current job position, at the last few job positions and companies, and at your education. We have just, as a recruiter, usually a limited view. And if we are attracted, then we are going into the full profile. And we spend often only 30 seconds on a profile.
Okay, sir. Please shut the fuck up your mouth.
Details.
You fucking nigger.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. Only
Thank you. You are our man today. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's continue. Last one. Who has not spoken here? Weiji is okay. I think we
Sir,
stopped this session. Thanks to you, we stopped this session. You are Betty Flores. It's still Betty Flores who's
I have not
talking.
spoken.
You go to hell.
I will go to Jannat.
Go to hell.
I will go
Okay.
to heaven. I will go to heaven. You
We'll
go to
go
toilet.
to heaven.
You
Okay,
go to
bye.
toilet. You go to
Yeah,
toilet.
you will go to toilet. We stop the streaming. Bye. We see you in a few minutes. Continue to discuss. You are completely. Thank you very much to everybody.
I love you. I
Yeah,
love
we
you.
love you too. We love you too.
Petra, I
Thank
love
you.
you. I hate
We love
you.
you.
I hate you, host.
You hate us and you love us. Thank
Rosie,
you.
I
Thank
love
you.
Rosie, I love you.
Yeah.
You hate yourself. That's
I
why
love
you're
you.
acting like that.
Yeah.
There are really no life people in this Zoom.
I think it was Betty Flores, by the way. I think it's finished. It's not. Yeah. It was Betty Flores, but I made a mistake in the way I deleted it. In fact, so I thought I had deleted it and I did not. Thank you very much. By the way, it was a very
But
nice session.
can you not leave them in the lobby, and when you have identified
Yes, I do.
them?
I do it. Now they are all in the lobby, by the way. They are all in the lobby, but he was with us, or he was with us before we put the lobby. And it's sometimes difficult to know if it is somebody legit or not. You have to search in LinkedIn, search in the guys who have connected and so on. It's not that easy, you know, sometimes.
Yes, but tell me, did he register with you like I did?
Yeah, they know, they register. Of course, they register on Zoom, and then once they have registered on Zoom, they come, and then they make their stuff. And then you have to get them out and put the lobby in. You know, that's it. That's what I do, but sometimes they are a little bit crazy. Sometimes it's okay. It happens once in a while, not often.
So he's in love. He told you he's in love.
It's love. They love us, you know.
About Dorian, about Anne. He loves everybody in this.
Yeah, and by the way, I have to stop. Sorry,
okay,
I stopped the streaming.
Loic, I have to leave you for the
day.
day.
Yeah, that's okay. You leave us.